Alright. Many years ago, Prince Darkness Ganon stole one of the Triforce with power. Princess Zelda had one of the Triforce with wisdom. She divided it into 8 units to hide it from Ganon before he was captured. Go find the 8 units, Link, to save her.
And here's all the treasure you can get. Heart container,
Berries!
cloth, ruby, 5 rubies, life potion, second potion, letter, food, sword, white sword, magical sword, magical seal, boomerang, magical boomerang, bomb, bow, arrow, silver arrow, blue candle, red candle, blue ring, red ring, power bracelet, quarter, raft, step ladder, that's a ladder, magical rod, want to say mine, giggity, book of magic, key, magical key, map, compass, and the Triforce. Doritos, yes.
Please look up the manual
details. Pretty much every kid is just like, fuck the manual, I don't want to read. Anyway, hello everyone, this is Sakura Diesel, and yes, welcome to welcome to our first edition of the Legend of Zelda Marathon and everything. Or as I like to call it, Zeldathon, and yeah, we don't need to read this all over again, so we'll just skip that. But basically, yes, I'm Sakura Diesel and everything, and as always, I'm here with my good friend
Bonnie, also known as OTPod7. Hey, folks.
Yes, welcome. So basically, alright, so for those that are new to the channel...
It's over at last. I'm finally just about to sit down, relax, and not play the game. Finally.
Pretty much, yeah. So pretty much I'm the one that's going to be playing all 4 of the Legend of Zelda games I've played up until this point and everything on the gaming channel. So basically, for those that are new and everything, I'll basically give a quick little rundown about what's going on and such. So basically, I've decided that, like, before I get to, like, what I like to call, like, another certain era of, like, certain games in the series and everything, I actually want to take a look back at some of the games that, like, I've already done, like, either blind let's plays of, or even just, like, you know, a regular playthrough of the game once before on the gaming channel, and basically give them a replay for 1 or 2 reasons. One is just to basically see, like, you know, have I gotten any better with the game since the last time I played it, or have I somehow got worse since the last time I played it and everything. And basically the second reason for it is just to see, like, how well do these games hold up when compared to, like, you know, the other games I've already played that came after this, and especially to the other games that, like, you know, are gonna come way after I get done with the marathon and everything. So pretty much, yeah, it's just a way to, like, you know, take a look back at these old games and everything, give them the proper respect and everything, and basically also just to, yeah, give them a fair shake and see, like, do they still hold up well today? Are they still fun and everything? Or basically, like, just some of the later games, big games like The Legend of Zelda, like, not really much, like, I wouldn't say unplayable or anything, just, like, basically, show the faults and everything about, like, you know, what the first game had to offer back then and everything. So, basically, yeah, so for this one, as, pretty much as usual, as you can tell by the title screen, we are basically going to be doing the first Legend of Zelda game for the NES, the one that started it all. And I'm actually very excited to play this game once again and everything, because, yeah, looking back on YouTube and everything, it's been 7 years since I've, like, in terms of, like, recording this game and putting it up onto YouTube. Yeah, it's been 7 years since I've played this game and everything in terms of, like, what I just said earlier. But even during those 7 years, I have been playing this, like, on my own and everything, and, like, I will say, the more that I play this game on my own and everything, and, like, learning the ins and outs of it, and, like, learning how this game came to be about, it's easily becoming one of my favorite, like, not only one of my favorite NES games, but probably just one of my favorite games in general and everything. And basically, I'm definitely very excited to replay this game, and, yeah, just basically share my experience with you guys. Now, basically what's gonna happen is that, like, so just like always, these live streams are going to be 2 hours long and everything, and each of those sessions is going to be gold. And for this goal and everything, we're going to go ahead and basically finish off we're basically going to go ahead and do the first quests and everything, which actually, yeah, we can actually do the first quest pretty much under 2 hours and everything. So pretty much, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and finish off the first quest. And yes, before anyone asks, we are also going to be doing the second quest as well too. So pretty much we'll be doing both the first quest and the second quest. And once we get done with the second quest, then Barney and I will go ahead and give our final thoughts on the game and see like if it holds up well and everything.
I love this game, and honestly, I don't have too much to say, but I'll say what I have to say when I get to the final thoughts.
Alrighty. Alright, so before we do, okay, actually I do have a name in mind that I want to name this Link, but I'm gonna ask Barney, like, should I give Link a proper name, or should I just do what I always do and just close my eyes and give him a random name?
Let's give him a proper name this time.
Alright, alright, so basically, as an honor to, like, the Super Gaming Bros and Johnny... Hello, Bort. Come on, Bort, let's go.
Let's go, Bort.
Alrighty, so basically, as always, when you get started, it's dangerous. Actually, yeah, go ahead, you be the old man's.
It's dangerous to go alone.
And then we kill him. My sword now. Alrighty, now, one nice thing about The Legend of Zelda and everything is that, like, with a game like this, you can pretty much do almost anything you want, at least up until this point and such. Pretty much, like, yeah, this game can be played in any way, like, you know, player wants to play this game to the comfortability. You want to go ahead and do the first dungeon right away and everything with the wooden sword, go right at it. You want to see if you can beat the game with just only, like, 3 hearts and such? Hey, you can do that as well, too. Pretty much there's a lot of ways in which you can pretty much play and approach The Legend of Zelda as best as you can and everything.
The only thing you cannot do is beat Dungeon 9 immediately. You have to complete all the dungeons first.
Yes, that is actually very true and such, and I might actually show that off during the playthrough and such. Maybe either, like, during this quest or when we get to, like, the second quest. And actually, there are also other dungeons that we cannot do as of yet, because some of them, like, you know, require certain items in order for you to access those certain dungeons and everything. But there are still, like, you know, other dungeons as well, too, that, like, you can do right away and everything. Some a little bit more hard than others, some definitely more easy and such. But basically, what we're gonna do right here is that, before we get to the first dungeon and everything, I'm gonna get as many items as I can, or at least, like, the necessary items that are definitely gonna be making this game a lot more, easy and such. Or at least as easy as it can be and such. So as you can see right here, I'm just trying to get 20 rubies and everything, just so like I can get some bombs and everything. I'm also gonna try to see if I can maybe get some bombs like from like one of the blue Octoroks and everything. If I can, cool. If not, then like I'll just get the 4 bombs, no biggie. And basically, yeah, from there we'll just go ahead and try to oh, okay, got the bombs right here. And then, basically from here, we'll go ahead and get some heart containers.
That's alright.
Bar something, will ya?
Alright. Why the bombs? Happy?
I really don't like that guy. You see that little dragon?
Yeah, basically that's the Zora and everything. And yeah, the Zoras and everything will only, like, come out from under the water and such. And as of right now, our sword, like, you can hit it with a sword and everything, but, like, you really gotta hit it in, like, 2 hits and such. So, for now, we really can't do anything to, like, get rid of the sword and such. But soon, once we get, and I do actually mean very soon, once we, like, you know, get a much better upgrade with the sword and everything, we'll be able to kill it in 1 hit.
Which one should we take, though?
Alright, so for this one, you always want to take a heart container, no matter what.
Okay.
So, yeah, don't bother with the red medicine or the red potion just yet, because we can actually get them much, much later. And now that we got the heart container, alright, I'm gonna ignore some enemies for now and such. Because, yeah, basically all I just want to do right now, and I'm gonna go down first. So, basically all I'm gonna be doing right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get as many rubies as I can. That way I can at least, like, have just enough to buy certain items that I would like to get as soon as possible. And wrong way. Alright, we go up.
Yeah, that's not a... Yeah, alright, there we go.
And right over here, actually. So, excuse me. And you want to touch this statue right here. And there we go. It's a secret to everybody. There's 10 rubies, get out. So yeah, basically, thankfully, in the first quest and everything, there are lots of like there's lots of secret passageways like that, to where you can earn as much money as you can and everything. And trust me, you're gonna need a lot of rubies because there's gonna be a lot of items that you want to try to buy like as soon as possible. But thankfully, like I said, enemies could also get you... touch. Don't touch. But pretty much... It's a secret to everyone, yes.
Alright, keep going, my bad.
Anyway, no, it's okay. But pretty much, like, yeah, as I was saying and everything, yeah. So, pretty much, as I was also saying, enemies can also, you know, drop you as many, rupees. They can drop you as you can see, bombs, hearts and everything, like, so pretty much, like, yeah. Pretty much, like, yeah, the enemies can, like, drop you, as many different items as you can. It just all depends on, like, you know, how many enemies you kill, how many enemies, can you kill without yourself, like, you know, getting hit by certain enemies and everything. And, pretty much, like, yeah, depending on that will depend on, like, you know, what kind of item drops you're gonna get from certain enemies and everything. Some could be helpful, like a heart or a rupee, and others, like, you know, well, actually, no, like, pretty much all the items, like, you know, the enemies drop and give you around the, overworld and everything. They're all pretty useful in some way. Like, none of them really feel, like, cheap or anything. None of them really feel like, you know, it's pretty much a waste of time to get. And, like, yeah, once you get a full hearts, or, once I had full hearts, pretty much, like, yeah, I could've shot my short beams, but, now I don't. So, pretty much we'll just have to make sure to try to, you know, get the, sword beams as best we can. But let's go up here and we can snatch ourselves 100 rupees.
100.
Yep. Alright, so now that we got this, we can go ahead and buy...
And also...
Go ahead.
And also, I forgot to mention, you gotta be careful as to what you bomb, because sometimes you might find a grumpy old man say, pay me for the fucking door repairs.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, I don't think I'm not gonna show off in, this quest and everything, but, maybe we might show it off. Maybe just once in the second quest, so, like, that way you guys can, like, probably know what we're talking about and everything. But pretty much,
I wouldn't recommend... Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, pretty much it's all there, we got a letter and everything, and, that letter's gonna be very important. Pretty much we'll show off, like, you know, why we need that, letter in the first place. But for now, we don't have to worry too much about it, and I'm gonna try to take my time here. There we go. There we go. So I'm gonna bomb this for now, but I'll go in there later. I don't really need to go in there as of yet. Okay, I'm gonna try not to die here if I can. Okay, let me go in here first. Alright, so for this one, we're going to need a blue candle. And, yeah, now that we actually have 5 heart containers, we can go ahead and, already upgrade our sword and such. So, yeah, pretty much like in the, pretty much in the first quest and everything, you could already upgrade your, sword to an even better sword and such. And, like I said, that's one of the beauties of, Legend of Zelda. You could pretty much, like, do this game in, like, any way that you want and everything. And this right here is the Lost Mountain and such. So, if you enter here from the left side, if you go down, same thing. If you go up, same thing. And if you go to the right, same thing. Now if you go to the left, you get out. And we want to take these stairs right here, and I'm going to be very careful here as best I can.
Ooh, careful with the centaur. Yeah, those guys pack a punch.
Yeah, pretty much the blue Lionel. So pretty much, like, yeah, if he sees you and everything, like, if you don't have, like, you know, a very important shield and such, then, yeah, don't even bother trying to, like, you know, fight him and such. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna be as patient as I can, and, okay. I'm gonna run. There we go. And here we are, the white sword.
Master using it, and then you can have this.
Now we stab him again. My sword. So pretty much Link, everybody, he likes stabbing people. Including old men. Alright, so now basically if I lose a life, I'm not really gonna worry too much if I lose a life and everything. Ooh, fairy, let's see if I can. Alright, go. Alright, good.
You got him?
Yep, we got the fairy. Good. And alright, here, I'll show you what we can do. Where is he? There he is.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, so basically now with the white sword, we can pretty much clear that sword in one hit.
But he does respawn, unfortunately.
He does respawn and everything, but only, like, you know, around the water and everything, and depending on, like, what area you're in. Alright, so now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and burn some, more bushes real quick.
What are those things? Like the ones that have...
okay, so those are P-hats. Basically with the P-hats and everything, yeah, you can only attack them if they're, yeah, down on the ground like that. You cannot attack them while they're flying. So basically, yeah, I never really bother myself with those enemies all that much. I just basically leave them alone. So we get...
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with them either, you know. I usually leave them alone because, you know, they're just flying around and it's a waste of time trying to get them all, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, that's right, I don't have the big shield.
You see why I hate those? You see why I hate that enemy? He's super annoying.
Yeah, I do. Annoying. Well, luckily, hopefully... Okay, well, we got a stopwatch. Alright, let's burn this butch, I think. Yeah, okay.
No,
now, one bad thing about the blue candle and everything, you can only use it once per screen. So if you mess up, not a big deal. Like, all you gotta do is just, like, you know, go one screen and then come back and everything. And then, yeah, pretty much you can use the fire again. Alright, got another 3 ruby. Alrighty. So, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this one right here. There we go. So, let's get ourselves... Alright, so this is the last heart container we could get from the overworld for now and such. And from there, we're also gonna want to go... down over here. And actually, before I forget... I should also get another item as well too. So.
Boy, this is really expensive.
Yeah, you're telling me, but actually, believe it or not, that's actually the cheapest. That's actually the lowest price you can get for a big shield and everything. So pretty much take it. And now with the big shield, hold on, I want to see if I can block it off. Yep. So now, and now you can block off Zora's magic and such. Whereas pretty much with your regular normal shield, you could not do that. Okay, so...
Because it's so damn small, it's not even funny.
Yeah, pretty much. And, alright, another nice thing about the Legend of Zelda, so if you're running low on health, then, pretty much yeah, if you're running low on health, and, like, these Octoroks, like, don't really, like, leave you any, hearts, or, in this case, berry. Yeah.
We got it.
Okay. Alright, we'll pretty much I'll show it off later since I got full health, so there's no, so there will be no real point to it, but, okay, yeah, actually, I also want to go in here, too.
Ooh, there's a bit of a slowdown, I can tell because of the
yeah, pretty much, like, yeah, NES limits, that's why. Cause, like, yeah, pretty much in, old consoles like this, depending on, like, how many enemies or how many things are shown on screen at once, yeah, it could definitely cause, like, you know, some kind of lag or some kind of slowdown. There's not really too much you could do with, like, something like that and such. Alright, but for this one, we're gonna want to go down. There should be a bush around here somewhere that I can also burn, but I can never seem to find it. Let me see if I can try to find it. Is this one? No.
I think the worst...
well, actually, I know which one I want to burn. I believe it's this one.
I think... Be careful though, because you don't want to get the grumpy old man.
Well, no, like, cause I know like which one has like 100 rubies, and yeah, this is the one.
Ooh, what the fuck?
That's because the Octobot got me. And yep, there's another 100.
There we go. You. All right, good.
Well, actually, that's okay. Okay, never mind. I'm still not gonna show it off just yet, but I will soon. Trust me. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and get more stuff. So just another couple of other things that we're going to be getting soon. Yep. So yeah, like I said, I have done some practice runs on this game and everything. My first practice run on this game, like believe it or not, I have not died. Actually, I've only died once during the whole practice run of the first quest and everything. Second time, as you could probably saw under the Sakura title and everything, I did die 3 times during the second practice run. But so far, at least in terms of this stream and everything, everything's going all right so far. I haven't died once just yet.
I was gonna mention, I think the worst NES slowdown will have to be 8-4 of Mario.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you right there, because, like, yeah, I believe it has to do with, like, the, either the Cheeps or the Hammer Brothers, I want to say.
It's Bowser. When Bowser throws the hammers and you have the fireball, that slows down the game like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, NES limitations and everything, and hardware, too.
Oops. Oh, what the?
Yeah, I know they're getting sneaky. Okay. Okay, no
There we
biggie.
go.
Alrighty, so for this one, we're gonna want to get our letter ready. What the fuck are you doing in my house, bye? Well, you let the door open. There's no door, it's a cage.
Stop.
Well, why would it? Oh, okay. I see. Well, buy medicine before you go, and yeah, we'll go ahead and at least buy one. And I'm definitely not gonna use it just yet and such, and hopefully at least for my goal and everything, I'm gonna try not to use it, like, at least until we get to, like, the final dungeon. That's my goal at the very least. But no promises. Just, it pretty much just depends on, like, how this game's gonna treat me, and, like I said, how well I'm going to do with the game. But now, finally, and, hopefully if I can, you know, kill all these enemies off real quick. Okay. Now, finally, I get to show off this, and I guess go ahead and grab a bomb. So if you're running low on health, go to a fairy fountain. They'll reveal the health for you. Fairies! Alrighty, so we do need at least one more 100 rubies, and I do know where that is.
I'm still very disappointed that we lost my original Zelda Let's Play that we did back in 2019. I'm very disappointed we lost that Let's Play.
Yeah, honestly, me too and everything, because, like, you know, that was a very fun Let's Play that we did together and everything, and honestly, it was definitely a lot of fun, helping you out, like, navigating the game for the first time and such.
Yeah, I remember we were discussing it back in 2019, like, saying, like, hey, you want to do Zelda? And I was like, I'm not too sure, because, you know, I don't like Zelda at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you know, we enjoyed ourselves. I think that was one of the most fun Let's Plays we ever did.
Yeah,
well, actually second best Let's Play.
Honestly, yeah, because, like, honestly, nothing's gonna top, nothing's really gonna top, like, you know, our playthrough on, like, Lost Levels and such that we did together.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That was the best one ever, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
that was what I call fucking Let's Play.
And pretty much, welcome to the Lost Woods, so pretty much, like the same thing with the Lost Mountains. You go up, same. You go down, same. You go left, same. But now this time, if you go right, you can get out. Now pretty much I will explain, like, you know, the Lost Woods as soon as I can. I don't know if I'm going to show it off in the first quest, but I'm definitely going to show it off in the second quest. So pretty much be prepared for that. And I might have to get another fairy fountain later, but alright, so for this one you want to burn this bush. And let me also kill this moblin. Alrighty, so this is the third and final 100 rupee you can get throughout the whole game. So you might as well take it while you still can. Alright, now we still need a lot more rubies and everything, so we're gonna try our best to find some more. Hopefully we should be able to do so. So I do know at least another secret place that we could go to get more rubies.
Yeah, the Lost Woods, I was gonna mention something, without giving too much away, because we're gonna review it later. That was the part that I was, like, losing my shit last time I played the game casually.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Cause like, yeah, pretty much like, yeah, if you don't remember or don't even know, like, you know, how to get out of the Lost Woods and everything, like, you know, it can make, you know, the game experience for some people, like, a little bit frustrating and everything, and I will admit, like, you know, The Legend of Zelda is definitely one of those games where pretty much, like, you definitely do need to have a lot of patience and such in order to play this game and such, like, pretty much you need to have a lot of patience, like, you know, try to understand what the game is, like, you know, trying to say in the first place, which, again, I will admit, some of the hints that, like, you know, the game sometimes does give you and everything, like, it can be very cryptic and sometimes, like, you know, confusing to try to figure out, like, you know, what the old man, like, you know, probably means at the end of the day and everything.
Alright, real quick, do not burn this bush. You see that bush right there? That's alone. Do not burn that bush.
Okay, actually, alright, you know what? I'm gonna save it for later then. I'll save it for later then, and we'll show it off next time.
Do not burn that. I just said in case anybody's new, do not burn that bush. That bush contains a grumpy old man that's gonna take your rupees. So.
Alrighty. Whoop.
I think it was that one, actually.
Yeah. And, okay, actually, you know what? I do have enough rupees, so... Alright. We have enough rupees, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy one more final item. And again, you don't really need it right now, and actually, you actually don't really need this item, period, if you don't want to and want to make the game more challenging for yourself. Ah, man. Pretty much I glitched through the fairy and such. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for the...
Careful. Ooh,
Yeah, I know. We're fine. Alright, so for this, we're going to get the blue ring. And pretty much with the blue ring, now pretty much all the damage that we took in previously has been reduced to 50%. So pretty much enemies that used to deal you half a heart of damage now do you a quarter heart of damage.
Thank goodness.
Yep, so pretty much like these Octoroks. Like if I was to get hit by the Octorok and everything, instead of losing half of my health, I lose pretty much just a quarter of my health. And alright, so actually, yeah, you know what? Before we take on the first dungeon, let me go on back to the fairy fountain real quick.
Yeah, go refill your health. There we go.
Okay. Alright, now we're ready to finally take on some dungeons, so let's go.
Let's go.
And pretty much like, pretty much like this one thing that Legend of Zelda is very much known for is the dungeons and such. And pretty much I'll say right off the bat, for every dungeon and everything I'm gonna at least be doing on this marathon, these are the set items I'm gonna get for every dungeon that we pass through. That we at least, like, you know, tackle. I'm gonna get the compass, I'm gonna get the map, and I'm also gonna get the dungeon items as well, too. Which are pretty much for the Legend of Zelda and everything. You don't need all the dungeon items, but there are certain, like, dungeon items you are going to need for, like, you know, much later and such. And pretty much, like, yeah, some of these dungeon items are actually required in order for you to beat the game.
Especially one.
Yes.
Well, actually two. Two.
Yes. Pretty much I'll make sure to point out, like, you know, which items you actually definitely do need the most and such. And which ones you could actually skip and everything, if you actually don't want to get, like, you know, certain items and such. Alright, so the first dungeon is right over here.